Oh goodness, I'm so happy to be here today. I had a little tech issues, so hopefully y'all found me. Yeah, let me just get ready and we'll just get into it, guys. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Oh, thank you, Great Spirit. I'm gonna light some sage. To clear the airwaves. Let me get away from the fan so it will light. Okay, here's a little bit. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you for allowing me to be a conduit to come on today. To help show the way, to create community between you and me so we can be the best versions of ourselves in this now moment. Let's go ahead and get started with a Ascended Master reading. So as y'all know, we have beautiful guides out in the ethers that are here with us, guiding us, giving us support. And so I like to start each talk with an Ascended Master card to kind of get us in the frame of mind, that mind of receptivity, so we can connect and be once again the best versions of we. Thank you, God, Great Spirit. Show us what we need to see to be the best versions of we. Okay, guys. So for today, let me get here. Let me get my glasses on. Let's get the glasses on. Okay. Okay, guys, this is a wonderful Ascended Master message for us today. So we have Baba Jah and yoga. So basically, whatever the question is, yoga will help. And Baba Jah and all of your other Ascended Masters are guiding you to do yoga regularly. And how awesome, because we end each intuitive talk with a new yoga pose. So how beautiful is that? So through yoga, you'll gain increased clarity, energy, flexibility, toning, and psychic awareness, guys, because yoga is, it's a meditation, it's movement meditation, and it gets you into the present moment. And that's where all the good stuff's at, in the present moment. So yoga, guys, is an ancient tradition among spiritual practitioners because of the many esoteric and material benefits to it. So don't delay, guys. Try some yoga out today. So some additional meetings for this card is to stretch often, practice breath work. Okay, watch a yoga video, guys. I got some in my cues, so you can check those out. I mean, there's yoga for everyone. I think that a lot of people get turned off. They think it's, just about a body conditioning, and it is a perfect mind, body, spirit practice. So a little bit about Baba Jah. This is a beloved yogi, guys, who is known as the deathless avatar. He learned to overcome all of his physical limitations, right? And many believe that he actually ascended in his physical body. And so there's actually sightings of Baba Jah floating around out in the ethers. Okay, and so this is all about using yoga, guys, to help spread spiritual enlightenment. How beautiful! A beautiful message for us today. So, guys, as we move forward, we're in July. We just had our Independence Day, if you guys are in America. And, so I started thinking about watermelon. Watermelon is a wonderful fruit, guys, and y'all know that the middle part of my business is whole food health advocacy. So I'm really excited to spend a little bit of time today talking about the wonders of watermelon. So I'm just gonna get right into the intuitive talk and see where it goes from there, guys. I write my notes and I just, oh, hey guys, thanks for hopping on. Just about to get in. So I basically, like I said, I write my notes on this and I just leave the rest up to God, Great Spirit, to guide me through. So here goes. So guys, despite the negative connotations, the historians and cultural commentators emphasize that watermelon, guys, was originally a symbol of freedom and prosperity for Black communities. So it represented resilience and self-sufficiency in the face of systemic oppression. So listen, guys, the watermelon has had an amazing cultural journey. So it's originally from southern Africa, okay, and it's related to the cantaloupe, zucchini, pumpkin, and cucumber. So watermelon is just a dense, nutrient-rich food. It's mostly water and it contains very few calories. And of course, it's so refreshing. That's why we love it all over the world. But it's an excellent dietary source of both, and I'm going to try not to mess up the pronunciation, citrulline and lycopene, which are two powerful plant compounds. So the melon has health benefits, including lowering blood pressure, improves insulin sensitivity, and reduced muscle soreness. And so, watermelons, guys, are just such an excellent fruit. And so going back to the cultural history of it, again, the watermelon, its origins are from Africa, okay? And so it was actually originated in a region in Africa. And let's see, it was cultivated in ancient Egypt over 5,000 years ago, right? I mean, the watermelon has been around. And this is a really cool little not side note, but part of the cultural history, that the European people of West Africa incorporated watermelons in their spiritual practices. And so this is a wonderful way that we can, look at, all vegetables and all fruits as part of this spiritual journey. And I believe that watermelons have so many messages for us. And this is how watermelons actually got to America, is that so this has been reported that those Africans that were enslaved actually took watermelon seeds and put them in their braids, in their hair during the Middle Passage to get the seeds over here, because Africans knew of the many benefits of the watermelon. And so, guys, watermelon is enjoyed like all over the world, and it was brought into Europe through Spain in the 13th century by the Moors. What am I thinking here? No surprise there, right? The Moors were very active in their conquering. And then, like I said, it moved over to America in like the 16th and 17th centuries. Guys, I'm not drinking watermelon juice yet, but this is my favorite lemon and maple syrup and cayenne drink that I love. So you should check it out. Okay, so the cultural significance of watermelon. So basically, again, watermelons are eaten and celebrated all over the world. In Japan, they are actually like grown as novelty squares, and they're given as gifts. In China, it's considered a seasonal delicacy. There's actually watermelon festivals in the U.S. There's the Luling Watermelon Thump in Texas, and a watermelon festival in Indiana, which includes different kinds of eating contests, including a watermelon seed spinning contest, which is really cool. And as a side note, that is the one thing that I ever got a blue ribbon for. My mom used to force me to go to the freaking sports fitness camp when I was a kid. I've never been a sporty person. And I finally won a blue ribbon for an event, and I was so proud of myself. My mom asked me what it was for, and it was for watermelon spitting. So guys, I can spit a good watermelon seed. I'm just saying. And there's festivals. Maybe I need to like travel around and like, you know, kind of refurbish that that skill of mine, watermelon seed spitting. But anyways, okay, so regardless of all of the cultural wonders of the watermelon, in the US, watermelon became associated with African American culture during slavery and Reconstruction. And when freed black farmers began growing watermelon, it actually led to the harmful stereotypes that you guys have probably seen in advertising, and this persisted for decades. And I believe that not only did the energy from these negative advertising campaigns, you know, negatively affect the black community, but the white community as well during this time. I mean, it just really fucked up, you know, our cultural idea of enjoying watermelon, which is so crazy to me how we can take a fruit that is so beneficial and turn it into a negative thing. I mean, freaking diabolical, man. Okay, so let's get into the stereotype. So basically the stereotype of black people eating watermelon, especially in public. So this act of eating watermelon has actually created so much shame within the black community. And one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this today is, I mean, this is still happening in the zeitgeist of our shared collective energy, guys. Because I was talking with a friend, it was probably a couple years ago, and he told me that he was still held the energy of embarrassment when eating watermelon or chicken in public because of these smear campaigns, actually, right? And so, how did this crop, guys, that originally was here to nourish us and brought self-sufficiency to black communities, how did it become a racist symbol that degraded blacks as lazy or unclean? Well, guys, I have one word for you guys today, and that is jealousy. Okay? Straight up jealousy. So after the American Civil War, right, the formerly enslaved African Americans began cultivating and sold watermelons as a cash crop throughout the South. And so watermelons became a symbol for liberation, self-reliance, and economic independence. And we're talking like, a decade or two after emancipation. And so my black foremothers and fathers were busy making some monies, right? And that pissed some mofos off, right? And so, it was this public display of autonomy, right, that threatened many white Southerners who viewed this new success from the watermelons as a challenge to their social dominance, okay? And so, white society deliberately transformed this wonderful, nutritious fruit into a derogatory symbol, portraying black people as lazy, childish, and unclean. Okay, guys, this is a solution-based talk, and so I don't want to spend a lot of time sitting in that energy of jealousy. And why, what I will say is that during Reconstruction and during our horrid years of segregation, that both sides of the divide were affected in just psychologically tormenting and disturbing ways. I will say that our foremothers and fathers on both sides of the divide were totally effing fucked up from this psychological warfare. That's basically all I can say about that. It was funky, it was diabolical, and it was based in the seeds of jealousy. Man, that is some diabolical shit, to try to destroy a people based on jealousy. So guys, getting into the solution, how do we transmute this dark energy that still clings, right? I mean, no one should ever feel shame or embarrassment when eating a fruit that our foremothers and fathers brought here to begin with, So how do we transmute this dark energy? Okay, so this is reconciliation, right? One, we have to look at it for what it is. Okay, so we looked at it. We saw that it's some ugly, nasty jealousy, basically seething up from the energy of separation, right? It is a energy that clings, that makes people believe that if one person has, then they won't have, right? It's a horrible, diabolical energy of jealousy. And so you have to look at it for what it is. And then you have to look at how both sides contributed. Now, this is really hard for a situation where you see that there is a pretty clear delineated line between the victim and the perpetrator, right? And so in a situation like this, and honestly, this is how I have been able to find forgiveness in my heart for a lot of fucked up situations, right? It's not so much about the perpetrator. So in this situation, the black community during Reconstruction, they were the victims in this situation. And so how can a victim move from being victimized to a place of neutrality where forgiveness can begin to come up, right? Well, what we have to do is realize that yes, this happened, right? And that it was a horrible thing that happened, taking a beautiful fruit and turning, a symbol of self-reliance and diabolically turning it into a symbol of hate, right? That is a horrible thing to do. But what we have to do as the victim is look at, okay, so how did I participate? Well, maybe not at the exact action when it became a propaganda tool, right? But over the years that the watermelon was used in this tool, the victim mindset had been so psychologically conditioned that the victim now believes that they have no choice. That is why you can sit in that energy of shame or embarrassment about a topic that honestly doesn't have anything to do with you, right? And so it is up to the victim to release the energy of shame and embarrassment around this topic. Okay, and so how to do that? Well, one thing for me is just talking about it. Eating watermelon in public, like proudly, and not letting any of that fucking energy come through. And and then what we can do is, again, looking at how both sides contributed, acknowledge the wrongs, and then forgive. And so this is basically the steps of cultural reconciliation, which is the process of mending historical divides between groups, fostering understanding, equality, and mutual respect to build a more just and inclusive society, okay? And so cultural reconciliation can be used for, any type of divide when you're trying to bring people back together. And hey guys, I'm so glad that you're on and that you're listening, and this is what it's all about, guys. And so, the one, like, cultural reconciliation, it involves acknowledging historic injustices. So we have to acknowledge that this watermelon campaign was some fucked up shit, man. And we have to again acknowledge that it was done out of a place of jealousy, of not understanding, of, being in a place of lack and separation, right? And then we have to go into this state of understanding, right? And so we have to listen. Listen to other people's perspectives, right? And listen to our shared experiences, especially listening to the voices of the victims, right? And so, this is about watermelon. And it's so, it still is so crazy to me that we have to culturally reconcile a fruit. Really, but we do, guys, because the energy is still out there. And as long as we are entertaining any part of the energy of shame, of embarrassment for doing what we do just naturally, which is eat healthy food, right? Then we need to continue to have these ongoing dialogues, right? And that's what I'm doing now, is engaging in open, honest conversations that can foster empathy, trust, and shared understanding for both sides, guys. Because, I'm not a separatist. How can I be? I'm like literally straight in the freaking middle. And I believe that the powers that be have wanted to keep us separate for a reason, because guys, we have power in numbers. So we got to get over this fucking shame and guilt over freaking watermelon, right? We got to be able to dialogue about it. Kind of like laugh at it, man. That's a wonderful way to lighten the energy and also to transmute that energy, to take the power away from it, okay? And so healing and empathy is part of that, taking the power away from this energy. It's about addressing the individual and collective trauma, which again, I'm doing. I know that, if you guys are watching this, you probably know someone that will tell you some embarrassing shit about watermelon, or about how they felt about eating watermelon, or maybe going to a white picnic and having watermelon and being the only black person there and feeling some kind of way when they put it on their plate. That is the energy that we need to to dissipate, because the only thing that that energy is going to do is to keep us in a state of mental bondage, right? And so healing and empathy, addressing individual and collective traumas around this, right? And then, guys, there has to be institutional transformation. So this is like reframing the legal, educational, economic, and political structures that made this whole idea a reality, because there was a power that decided that they were going to use watermelons as a negative weapon towards the Black community. And so we've got to reframe that, right? When I was researching for this talk, I was thinking, okay, so how can we reframe this? Well, one, talking about the beauties of the watermelon, eating the watermelon, being proud to eat the watermelon. And then I was also thinking, and I did not have time to look into this, but the watermelon, I mean, I don't know if there's like watermelon lobbyists, but I know there's fruit lobbyists, but I know that within, all the people that sell watermelon, I mean, there's got to be, if everyone can put together a crazy fucking negative propaganda campaign to bring shame and embarrassment to a community, then we can flip that, right? Transmute that energy and focus on creating positive campaigns that can uplift the idea of cultivating, selling, eating watermelon. Because, guys, watermelon is a wonderful fruit that is so good for the body, and it's really cost effective. And guys, it has such a long history in our community, and it's a beautiful history, okay? Because remember, we have to remember the resilience of our forefathers and mothers that used the watermelon, right? That cultivated and sold the watermelon for economic independence. We have to remember that it was our foremothers and fathers that brought the watermelon seed over here from Africa. We have to not let anyone else reframe what watermelon is for us, right? So by releasing that energy and reclaiming our rightful place as watermelon eaters in this world, then we can begin to release that energy of shame, embarrassment, because there is nothing but love when it comes to watermelons, guys. And so, this is, I believe that we are in a state of, I've talked about it a lot, like all this dark shit is coming to the light in order to be healed. And so if I'm talking about a negative propaganda campaign from over 100 years ago, then that means that there's still energy around this topic, guys. And so I implore all of y'all to, not only go out and eat some freaking watermelon, but talk about it, right? Help release the energy around, us being economically stable, right? Because it was just used as a tool to keep us in a place of lack. And guys, it is our Father's pleasure to give us his kingdom, right? And so that means that all the seeds, all the beautiful vegetables and fruits, those are ours. So how dare the powers that be try to use the watermelon against me? Well, I refuse. I will eat watermelon and I will be happy about it, and I will never hold the energy of embarrassment or shame for doing what I know is culturally natural for me. So, guys, thank you so much for letting me, talk about the wonders of watermelon today. And, you know, I am just working on doing my part in helping to transmute some of this funky energy that's still, you know, around. And so I hope that it was helpful, that I gave you guys a little bit of background about this wonderful fruit. And after the talk today, I'm actually going to be making some watermelon juice and watermelon salad on my Patreon account. So y'all can click the link. I didn't put it in the description this time, but it's on my homepage. So if y'all want to hang out with me further and learn how to make some wonderful recipes using this fruit that we are transmuting, we're gonna take all of any kind of funky energy out of it and let the watermelon have its rightful place in the hearts and the bellies of all Americans. So that will be after, and I'll remind y'all again at the end. So that's my talk today. And hey guys, thanks for coming on and checking it out. Okay guys, so before we move on, I just wanted to tell y'all once again how, oh God, it just feeds my heart so much to come on here once a week and, you know, just talk about topics that really are, you know, in my own energy field. And it is just beautiful to be able to connect to y'all and, you know, like whatever y'all are interested in hearing me talk about it. I mean, I want it to be interactive. Please, you know, comment, tell me what you think. And now we are going to move on to our angel message. Ah, thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Great Spirit, for allowing me to be a conduit. Ah, thank you, Great Spirit. Okay, guys, so with our angels, just like we all have our spirit guides and, you know, our ascended masters, we all have beautiful angels that are guiding us, that are, you know, helping us find our path, giving us comfort, just being with us as we walk this path of life. So today I ask our angels to show us the way, give us what we need to be the best versions of we. Thank you, angel energy. Okay, guys, so let's get into this message. And this is a card that I haven't read yet, so let's look and see. Oh, and I love, and guys, I'm like such a numerology freak, but this message starts on page 88, and 88, I mean, that's 88, that's, you know, infinity. I mean, it's a beautiful number. So, okay, so here we go. Our angel message for today, guys, is our angels want us to remember our signs and reminders. So angels and loved ones in heaven are sending you signs of their presence right now. You may be seeing the same number patterns, and that's funny because I started this with talking about 88, right? Or finding feathers, seeing the same birds at special times, or even feeling that you've been visited by a loved one lately. These are all messages of support, guys. You are on the right path. I love it. Beautiful confirmations from beyond. And you are being guided, guys, to know that you do not walk this path alone. In times of need, guys, our angels, our beautiful angels, are right here beside us. blessing our hearts with love and healing. And our angels and our loved ones, our ancestors in heaven, will never leave us. They are right here. They are right here. And their love will never die. And so angels love to send us these signs, guys, because often we're not necessarily in the space where we can fully listen to their guidance, right? We can be busy or just not willing to listen. I mean, guys, I have definitely gotten signs and I'm like, nope, I don't want to know. So, sometimes that, they will remind us that they are close and our loved ones are close right through these signs. And we can't ignore them, especially if they're just coming in, hitting us over the head, right? 333, 444, seeing all the numbers, all the patterns. It's just, it's beautiful, it's perfect, and as it should be. And so, just know, guys, that when you receive a sign, there's an important step that you must take in order to usher in your miracles, okay? And know that you can always call your angels and ask them for help. A sign is a message that help is available. So welcome it, guys. Welcome it with open arms. Oh, I love it. There are so many beautiful signs and synchronicities out there in the world. All we have to do, guys, is just be open enough to receive, right? And I've been thinking a lot about this idea of being open enough. And, it's like okay, so if you hold your hands really, really tight, right? Nothing can get in, right? Nothing can get in. But if you just hold your hands open a little bit, So it's the difference. Receptivity, right? This is closed off. Open. So we want to be open to receive from the universe, right? Oh, so beautiful. So guys, to end today, I always like to, end with a yoga pose, and we have Baba Ja from our Ascended Master message, who is reminding us to do yoga. And so I am going to end today, and let's see, I have been developing a yoga dance flow for all of us to enjoy, and I actually just finished the section on the third eye today. And so, actually, I finished it yesterday. And so we are going to do, you know what? Actually, these are all sitting poses. So we're going to do one that we can stand. Okay, so we're going to do the crown chakra today. And so the crown chakra is the 7th and highest energy center in the body. It's located at the top of the head. It represents spiritual connection, higher consciousness, and universal oneness. So when this chakra is balanced, it fosters inner peace and clarity. But when this chakra is blocked, it can lead to confusion or feelings of meaninglessness, being disconnected from your spirituality, having a lack of purpose, or cynicism regarding the sacred. And so for this yoga pose today, we are going to do the standing prayer back bend. And so this will help to open up the chakra energy in the crown. And so the standing prayer back bend is you basically are going to stand with your hands in prayer position, and then you're going to lift your chest, gently arch your back, right? Bring your hands to your forehead, focusing on, right, that crown, the third eye, and the crown chakra. So for today, I'm going to, I didn't bring my my little speaker in here, so we're just going to use what's on my computer to dance to. And let's see what I got on here. I got the jungle dance meditation. This is nature spirit. So we're going to listen to this, and then we're going to do the standing prayer back bend. And this is to unblock the energy in the crown, and I think the third eye too. The crown and the third eye. Okay. Let's see if it's going to play. Here we go. It's not going to go that loud, guys, but you can just pretend. Hopefully you can hear it. And I'm going to get up. I'm going to show you guys. Okay. I'm going to show y'all once again and the energy that we're moving in today for this pose, right? This is the standing prayer pose for the crown chakra. So on the side, we want everything tight, right? We're going to go back like that, okay? So let's do it together. We'll get into the energy of opening up. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Great Spirit. Now, guys, if I can get into my funky groove live on YouTube, I know you can too. It's all about getting into that present moment. That's where all the love and joy is. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.